Hey guys, so firstly I want to apologise today for the way I look. I've had an awful couple of days. Ariana had her first vaccine, so she's been like crying non-stop. So yeah, forgive me for that. I just really wanted to do this vlog because I got like 5 minutes of time while she's sleeping, not crying. I wanted to do this vlog on supplements I take whilst pregnant, whilst breastfeeding. It's a question I've been asked for like 2 years now, and I kept saying I was going to write about it, and then I started vlogging, so I was like, okay, let's just do this easier this way, because reading about everything I take or don't take and writing about it and explaining myself is very long. I wrote a blog post 5 days ago about all the supplements I take whilst pregnant and breastfeeding, and you can find that on lifeofachocolategirl.com. and basically I opened up my phone and I'm just going to go through that, so it's in the same order, and expand on each one because that's kind of what I wanted to do, so that like this vlog and that vlog are aligned. So yeah, let's get to the point. So the first thing I wrote about in my blog post was prenatal supplements, and quite fairly obvious, yes, they're allowed pregnancy and breastfeeding supplements. I take Femosine. It's like Romanian. I don't know, focusing. Yeah, Femosine. It's a Romanian supplement by Sunway Pharma, recommended by my gynecologist. Has everything in it pretty much. It's one of the ones that has like fish oil, which is all the vitamins, folic acid. You can kind of take any prenatals. You might do your own research, or just know what's best on the market or what's most common at the moment. Like I said, they're really important to take whilst pregnant. Something I didn't know until I was just catching up and correcting myself for research for this blog post was actually when you're breastfeeding, a lot of women take these, but I read that like the vitamins are not the same you need for pregnancy and not the same you need for breastfeeding, because like for example during breastfeeding you'll need more calcium or magnesium, less folic acid, that kind of thing. So actually I still got a few of these and I'm going to finish them, and then I'm going to go and buy breastfeeding supplements. So that was a mistake I was making personally, even with my first pregnancy. And I would actually no, after my first pregnancy someone gifted me a box of breastfeeding supplements, so I took those, but I kind of always thought they were the same thing, but they're not. So when you're pregnant, take your pregnancy vitamins, and when you're breastfeeding, find some breastfeeding vitamins. I'm going to do the same, because these are really important. Even if you eat healthy or you eat a very well balanced diet, I just like to take vitamins just in case there's like little holes or little gaps missing in my vitamin intake, especially because I don't really count or calculate any of my foods I take. I just try and eat clean, so I'll eat just bio-organic foods. I don't think that always means I get the correct amount of certain vitamins. Next I wrote about iron supplements. These are the ones that I take, also by Sunway Pharma. I don't know, it's gonna focus. Yeah, anyways, I don't know if it matters because these are Romanian. Ultra. And this is iron supplements are not important for everyone. They're more for anemic mothers. So I was highly anemic in my pregnancies, so I had to take iron tablets. And also recuperating from cesareans, women who have had excessive blood loss at their natural births. It's just really important to take, so you're not always tired, you're getting enough oxygen to yourselves. Or one of the mothers that it is important for regardless is the C-section mothers. So I know that even if you are not anemic or you haven't had no previous iron deficiencies, it's really important to take that to like heal and for your blood to coagulate efficiently, and just purely for recovery reasons. The next thing I wrote about was probiotics. So I take this one, Lunex Forte. I don't know if there are some that you can't take whilst breastfeeding, but I just asked anyways, generally, in case, just to be 100% sure. I take probiotics. Probiotics are very important to take, not necessarily during pregnancy, but I heard that it can also be helpful. I didn't really know about it until after I gave birth, but after pregnancy, and that's because when we're pregnant we have extremely elevated levels of the hormone estrogen, which actually slows down our digestive tract. So when we're pregnant we suffer like constipation or gas or just bloatedness, and this doesn't actually go away by itself, because once your intestines already filled up like mucky from previous like pregnancy problems, then after you give birth you find that you're just sort of slow and grudgy. And it was really important for me specifically because when my intestines are not like clean, or if I feel crap, I kind of feel really bad generally. So I looked up one day just taking a simple probiotic, and it really has helped me just have a healthy digestive tract. And what was really important, and I wish I'd known this when I'd had Diane, was that it's really good for breastfed babies who have colic. So it helps them have a healthy digestive tract, and like also a lot of colicky babies, it's not necessarily always true, but they have a premature digestive system, which is why they cry. And also they have a very varied diet actually, because of the foods we eat, mostly breastfed babies, so that's why they can be quite colicky and cryy, and this could just help them process it all a bit. So this is a yes for probiotics. Protein powder. This one I wrote yes and no, and before I expand on that, when I mean yes and no, I'm going to say personally for me and my choices, although I know a lot of women don't follow my guideline rules because they are not so bothered about the intake, or I'm just a little bit more conscious what I put in my body, specifically because I breastfeed and my children kind of are consuming everything I consume. So firstly, basic rules. Protein powder when you're breastfeeding has to be without any added amino acids, fat burners, that kind of thing. So you can get like some mixed up protein powders with like loads of different things in it, or you can get like pure whey. Pure whey is, I think, pretty much the only one you can take whilst pregnant. Obviously, because if you're taking extra amino acids and stuff, that can actually affect the development of your child. But also a lot of research is not done, not enough research is done on all the other added extras to like gym supplements. So it's just better to be safe than sorry and not take them in the first place. Now, protein powder and breastfeeding. So there isn't any fixed rule. I think some people take it from the minute they give birth. Some people take it all through their pregnancy. I didn't. I just like to play a little bit safe. I just like to be, and also anyways, protein's like quite hard to break down, and I was already really like bloated when I was pregnant and stuff, so I did not take it during my pregnancy. Although I think a lot of women do, and it's kind of like from their own research on their own specific protein, it can be safe. You can get a vegan protein, which is awesome, made with spirulina, cocoa, that kind of thing, which is perfect, I guess. We get bio-vegan proteins nowadays. So yeah, I just didn't want to. I just wanted to eat clean, healthy, and eat what I wanted. Also I ate a lot of junk too, of course, but I don't really speak about that. Breastfeeding, like I said, a lot of women choose to take protein from the minute they give birth, 3 months, 6 months, or a year, and so on and so forth. With Ayan, I started drinking protein only after a year and a half, so he was 18 months old, and that was just because I was very paranoid. and Genius Nutrition I hadn't come across them. They were a really new company too. They were only founded in 2016. So we used to like read the labels on the protein powders, because obviously before I had children I didn't really care what was in them, and I just read so much stuff I didn't understand, like artificial sweeteners, additives and all this stuff. I was like, do I really want my child to be drinking that? So I was like, of course I was like no, and then I didn't take any protein. Sorry, my dog is so annoying. Then I found Genius Nutrition protein, and I started taking it, and anyways he wasn't breastfeeding that much, and I plan on taking it this time round too, but she's around 3 months old now, so I'm going to introduce it really slowly into my diet, but I won't be taking it in I'm going to drink protein form. I'll probably for now be using it to substitute like cocoa powder and desserts and stuff, instead of actually just drinking pure protein, just because I feel like she's so tiny and I'm her only source of nutrition, so everything I take she gets, whereas by the time Ian was like 18 months he was eating most of his own foods and he was breastfeeding mostly for comfort, so he wasn't breastfeeding very much at all. So the reason I say Genius Nutrition protein, and obviously it's because I'm an ambassador for them, but also because the reason I became an ambassador for them was extremely important for me as a mother, and that is because I only believe in ingesting and taking clean, pure stuff. Whoa, I just hit my dog by mistake, trying to push him off me. Yeah, I don't know where I was. My dog is just really annoying me. Yeah, talk about Genius Nutrition. I want to talk about this for a while. I'll probably do another vlog to expand 100% on the protein, but I want to say that the reason I wanted to vlog about this was because I wanted to say that Genius Nutrition is an extremely clean brand, so they don't have artificial flavors, sweeteners, and that's why if you go on their site they'll only have 2 flavors so far for their protein, and this is because they are literally pure protein from Happy. Like the source, I know the owner, the source of his whey is from Happy cows, and I know a lot of people wonder, oh okay, but the whey is still from milk, which is still from cows, which means it must be milking, they must be going through cruelty, but that is not true. So I've got to rush. I think I can hear the baby crying, so that's why I rushed at the end too. I will do another 2 vlogs, or maybe 3, expanding on protein, BCAAs and L-carnitine, and specifically to do with Genius Nutrition and why they're so clean and where their sources are from, and we cannot take them during breastfeeding and pregnancy. Yeah, so this was just a quick outline of all the supplements you can or can't take. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will put the link to the blog post in the bio if you want to have a little read of that too. And yeah, that's it for today guys. See you later. Bye.